Hello students, welcome to my channel Science World, and if you find this video useful for you then please like, comment and share with your friends. Also subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get notification of my upcoming videos. Students, in our last video we have discussed about transportation in animals. Now today's topic is transportation of substances in plants. Okay, transport of substances in plants. So let's start. See, roots of the plants, they absorb water and it is transported to all parts of the plants. This you know. Okay, and similarly leaves of the plants photosynthesis to prepare food, and this food is transported to all parts of the plant. This also we know. But what is the question? How does transportation of these substances takes place in plants? Means how these substances are transported from one part of the plant to the another part. Unlike animals, plants do not have any circulatory system to transport various material. We know that there is no circulatory system in plants, but plants have specialized tissues, or we can say the group of cells, and these tissues help in the transport of food, minerals and water. The tissues that help in transport of substances in plants are called vascular tissues. Vascular tissue, and plants have a well developed transport system, and this system is known as vascular system. The vascular system consists of pipe like vessels. These are the pipe like vessels that are arranged from the tip of the roots to the tip of the leaves. From roots to the leaves, this vascular system is there. Passing through the stem, this system, that is vascular system, or we can say vascular tissues, they are present in the stem also. This system contains two types of tissue, that is xylem tissue and phloem tissue. So we will read about them one by one. Xylem tissue. The xylem tissue transports water and mineral. The function of this tissue is to transport water and minerals upwards from the roots. Evaporation water, or we can say transpiration, this produces a pulling force causing water to move up. This we will see in detail, okay, afterwards. So xylem tissue is its function is to carry or to transport water and minerals upward from the roots. Then phloem tissue. The phloem tissue carries the food prepared by leaves downwards to the other parts of the plant. Whatever food is prepared in the leaves, it is transported to all parts of the plant through these phloem tissues. Okay, but there are some exceptions. Like in some plants, the material made in the roots is transported by phloem upwards to the leaves. Material that is made into the roots, whatever material is prepared in the roots, it is transported by phloem to the leaves. For example, in tobacco plants, we know that they have nicotine in them, and this nicotine is made in the roots, and then it is transported upward to the leaves by this phloem tissue. Okay, so this is the example of reverse transportation of food from roots to the leaves. This is exception. Here you can see the vascular tissue in plants. If you cut the stem of a plant, then you will see this type of tissues there. So this center red part, you can see this is xylem tissue, and then here you can see the phloem tissue. Okay, so phloem tissues are arranged outside this xylem tissue, and this is the xylem vessel. So the cells of these xylem and phloem, they are like this, like pipe. They are like the pipes. Okay, here you can see the xylem vessel. Then what is the difference between xylem and phloem? As they both are having different functions, so they are having some differences between them. So xylem carries water from roots to the leaves, while phloem carries food from leaves to the other parts of the plant. Xylem made up of dead cells. Xylem tissue, it is made up of dead cells, while phloem tissue has living cells. Then the cell wall of xylem tissue is thick, while cell wall in the phloem tissue cells it is thin. Xylem tissue carries water in unidirectional manner, means only from roots to the leaves, only in one direction. And phloem tissue carries food bidirectionally, means from leaves to the storage part and from the storage part to the growing parts found in the so these growing parts means the stem parts or the new branches, leaves. So these all the parts are provided with food by this bidirectional movement of this food in the phloem tissue. Then last is xylem tissue is found in the center of the vascular bundle. Just I have showed you the picture. And phloem tissue is found outside the vascular bundle. Okay, so this is the difference between both the types of tissues. Here you can see the difference in picture. This is the one way or unidirectional transport in the xylem tissue, and here you can see the bidirectional, means upward also and downwards also. Okay, so this is the these are the two tissues that are present in the plant, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem, it carries water and minerals. There are no end walls between the cells. Here there is no wall. Okay, while here you can see this wall is there. Okay, here one way direction is there, one way transport, and outer cells are not leaving. These outer cells, they are not leaving. Okay, here it carries food, that is organic molecules like glucose. Then end walls are present there like sieve plates, means they permit only the organic molecules here. Then two-way movement you can see here, and cells are living but they need support. So this is the difference between xylem and phloem. Then transport of water and minerals, how it takes place. On the roots you can see many thread-like structures are present, and these thread-like structures are called root hair. These root hair help to increase the surface area. In digestive system, we have seen the intestine structure, small intestine. The internal wall of the small intestine, it has villi, which increases the surface area, okay, for absorption of nutrients. In the same way, these hair-like structure present on the roots, they also increase the surface area for absorption of water and mineral from the soil. These absorbed water and minerals are then transported upward with the help of xylem tissue. Water has a tendency to move from a cell having a low solute concentration to the high solute concentration. Water always moves from low solute concentration to the high solute concentration, and due to these characteristics of water, it reaches to the xylem of the root from the soil here, and then to the other parts of the plants. So the difference between the concentration of solutes in the soil and inside the root cells, because of this difference, the water and minerals, they are moving inside the roots. Okay, the upward movement of water containing dissolved minerals is called ascent of sap. And what is sap? Sap is the minerals that are dissolved in the water. Okay, so this ascent of sap means the movement of water upwards. Okay, it is called ascent of sap. Here you can see the diagram. It is showing the water and minerals. Okay, they are carried to the upper parts of the plants. You can see this blue color here, light blue color. This is the xylem tissue. Okay. Then translocation of food. Translocation is this transport of food. Translocation means transport of food from leaves, that is the leaves is the site of food synthesis, means photosynthesis. Okay, here the food is prepared, and then this food is transported to the other parts of the plant. This is known as translocation of food. And the carbohydrates that are synthesized in the leaves and the hormones synthesized at the shoot and the root tips are also transported to the other parts of the plant through phloem. Okay, so the carbohydrates that are synthesized during the photosynthesis and the hormones that are synthesized at the root tips and the shoot, they are also transported through the phloem. The molecules, that is food molecules that enter the phloem cells from the leaves, then what happens after entering the phloem, the food molecules may move upwards or downwards in the plants. As we know, in the phloem tissues there is bidirectional movement of the molecules. Okay, means food is transported to the upper parts of the plant also and the lower parts of the plant also. So this is we can say transport of food or translocation of food in plants through phloem tissue. Here you can see the diagram. Xylem tissues carry water and dissolved minerals up from the roots. Then it moves to the leaves. Here water and minerals from the soil, they are carried, and then food is made by the leaf with the help of sunlight. Okay, then this prepared food then carried to the lower parts of the plant also and the upper parts of the plants also. Okay, so this is the two-way movement of the food molecules in phloem tissue. Then what is transpiration? Most of the water absorbed by the roots evaporates through the stomata. Now what is stomata? You know, stomata are the tiny pores that are present on the leaves of green plants. Okay, this loss of water in the form of water vapor from the stomata is known as transpiration. Transpiration is the movement of water from the plants in the form of water vapor. Okay, stomata present in the leaves of green plants are not equal on the upper and lower surface. Generally, the lower surface of a leaf contains more stomata as compared to the upper surface. Lower surface of leaves, they contain more stomata than the upper surface of the leaves. Then what are the factors that affect the transpiration? We know that transpiration is the loss of water from the plants through stomata, but there are certain factors that affect the rate of transpiration. Okay, so let's see. The first is time of the day. Time of the day means we know that the stomata in the leaves, they are open during the day. Okay, and they are closed at the night. So more transpiration takes place during the day. So it depends on the time of the day. Then second, temperature. The rate of transpiration is more, or we can say faster, at high temperature. If temperature is high, then the rate of transpiration will be high, and so the transpiration on a hot day is more than the cold day. If temperature is more, means the day is hot, then transpiration will be more. If the day is cold, transpiration will be less. Then humidity. Humidity means the air content in the water content in the air. Okay, so on humid days the air is full of moisture, means air already contains lots of moisture, and that is why transpiration is lower. So humidity is also a factor that affects the rate of transpiration. Then wind increases the speed of transpiration. Wind increases the speed of transpiration. If wind is not blowing, transpiration will be less. If wind is blowing, then transpiration will be fast. Then light increases the rate of transpiration, and this is because light causes stomata open. Just we have seen that during the day the stomata are open, means light is there. During the day sunlight is there, and that is why the stomata are open and the rate of transpiration increases. So these are the factors that affect the rate of transpiration in plants. So here you can see what is transpiration. These roots that take up water from the soil. Here you can see roots take up water from the soil, then this water drawn up to the stem and then to the leaves. Here all the leaves, all the parts of the plant gets this water. Then veins carry water into the leaves. These veins you can see here in the leaves, these are the veins, and these veins carry water to the leaves. Then water evaporates here. Here water evaporates from the leaves. Then what is the importance of transpiration? Why transpiration is important in plants? Okay, transpiration helps trees or plants in two ways. First one, it provides cooling effect to the plant. Means cooling effect means it what we can say, protects the delicate cells from the heat of the sunlight. Because of transpiration, the delicate cells are protected from the heat of sunlight. If transpiration will be not there, then these cells will get damaged due to the sunlight. So this transpiration provides cooling effect to the plant and it prevents the delicate cells from getting damaged. Then second one, transpiration helps in the movement of water from roots upwards. And how it happens? See, when these roots, they absorb water from the soil, okay, and in the leaves opposite process is there. That means water is thrown outside the plant, thrown from the leaves, okay, or we can say it is that water vapor, it is moving from inside the leaves to the outside through stomata. So these are two reverse processes, okay. So this transpiration process, it creates a suction pool so that water can be pulled upwards in the tall trees. It is just like the sucking of water in the straw. When we keep the straw in mouth and we suck the water, because of the that sucking pressure, that water is sucked into the mouth. And same happens in the plants also. The transpiration movement of water, or the during the transpiration, the movement of water from is from roots to the upwards, okay, and because of this transpiration, the suction pool is produced, and this pulls up water from the soil to the roots, okay. So this is the importance of transpiration. Now we can have one activity, and this activity will show that the movement of water is there between the cells, how the water moves from one cell to the another cell. Now you can see here there are two glasses are there, or two beakers or jars you can say, and we have to take potatoes and take a potato and peel off its skin first, then cut one end of it to make a flat base. Here you have to make a flat base for that potato, okay. Then scoop up another end to make a hollow cavity. Here you scoop up means remove some part of that potato and make a cavity. Fill half of this cavity with sugar solution. You have to fill this cavity. Here you put some sugar solution and then mark its level. Here you have to mark its level here by pinning by inserting a pin in the potato. Then keep this potato in a dish containing water, or you can take a beaker also. The level of water in dish should be below the level of the pin. So level of the pin is here, so water should be here. And leave this setup for few hours, okay. For few hours you have to leave it. Then what you will observe? You will observe that the level of sugar solution is increased in the potato. Here the level of sugar solution increases in the potato. And why this happens? Because of the movement of water from one cell to another cell. So water, it is present in the beaker or it is present in the dish, it is moving inside the potato. So this water moves inside the potato through these cells, okay. So we can say that there is movement of water between the cells in plants. Then we have another activity, and this activity will show that the number of stomata are present on the both sides of the leaves, okay. So you will need a potted plant, then cobalt chloride strip, that should be freshly prepared, then a sticking tape, and or you can take glass slides. Okay, so what is the procedure? Take a potted plant first. Potted plant means a pot with a plant. Okay, now attach the cobalt chloride strip on the leaf here. Okay, in the leaf of the plant in such a way that half of the strip is on the upper surface of the plant of the leaf, and another other half on the lower surface of another leaf. Means this strip here, if you are putting it on the lower surface, then on this leaf you put it on the upper surface. Okay, and secure the strips of this cobalt chloride with sticking tape, or you can use the glass slides also. Then after some times, what you will observe? You will observe that the cobalt chloride strip of lower side, here you can see the cobalt chloride strip of lower side first turns pink, and then afterwards this strip of upper surface also turns pink. Okay, cobalt chloride in presence of water turns pink. So what is the conclusion here? More stomata are present on the lower surface of the leaf, because this lower strip that is sticked on the lower surface here, it gets pink early, and the upper surface, that means the strip that is pasted on the upper surface or sticked on the upper surface, it takes more time than the lower surface. So this shows that more stomata are present on the lower surface of the leaf. Now here, why we have taken cobalt chloride strip? Because the reason is this cobalt chloride, when there is water present or in presence of water, its color changes, it turns pink, and that's why we have taken this cobalt chloride. Okay, so this activity shows that we can compare the number of stomata on the both sides of a leaf. Then here is another activity, and this activity will show that the movement of food is downwards in a plant. Okay, so what you need is a potted plant again. Take a potted plant here, this A figure you see. Take a potted plant with a thick stem, then remove the phloem part from the section of its stem as shown here. You have to remove the phloem part, means outer part of that stem. Okay, and after that you observe this plant after a few days. You will observe here, what will be the observation? The stem in the upper portion, it shows swelling. Here this stem in the upper section of this cut, it is swollen. And why it happens? This is because after the removal of this phloem tissue here, we are removing this phloem tissue here from here, and the removal of this phloem tissue causes the blockage here, blockage. Okay, after the removal of the phloem tissue, the downward movement of the food is blocked here, and that's why the food gets accumulated here. This food, जो food है यहाँ पे वो collect हो जाता है, it gets accumulated here, and that's why it swells up. Okay, so what we can say from this activity is, the food that is prepared in the leaves of a plant, it moves downwards through the phloem. We know that the movement of food food molecules is bidirectional, means upwards and also downwards in the phloem tissue. So this activity shows that the movement of food is in both the directions, or we can say only in the here you can show the downward movement of food in plants. Okay, so here we will stop, and thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment and share, and subscribe my channel. We will meet again in our next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.